Hello. How are you guys feeling? Fine. Yeah. It's been a very strange weekend. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad that we have a few happy faces and we can be online. Hi. It's only you guys right now so far. They'll see the online because y'all came to class. Good for you. But it'll be a good time to test and see how this works and if it still works for everybody later on. So you can go home later on and check on the video and see if the sound is okay, the quality is okay, and just let me know and give me some feedback. I emailed you a link. It's private, so only you can see it when you sign up. That was a thought. Uh, if that doesn't work, then maybe we'll have to change up the system. But so far, each link you sign up for in the class, it's going to be private. And we'll try to have one live class a day if possible, if the teacher is not sick. So we'll see what happens. Uh, so today, Mia could not make it, so I'll be substituting for her. So it's a Vinyasa beginners class. So we're going to go over the very basics of Vinyasa. So today, since you guys have a yoga practice, we'll probably just dive deeper in how we align and hold the poses. So less transition, more static poses today, and then a Vinyasa flow. And we'll go deeper in how to flow into the Vinyasa flow. Sound good? Good. So we'll start off with some breathing. So we'll come into Sukhasana, close our eyes. Bring our hands to our knees. You can bring the hands up or down, depending on our mood. Sometimes we need some energy, so the palms can be up. Otherwise, we can keep the palms down to just keep reserved and keep within ourselves. Whatever you feel that you need today. We start to notice our breath. Start to inhale and exhale a little bit deeper. Feel your chest rise, feel your chest fall. Notice your shoulders. On the exhale, allow your shoulders to soften, your knees to soften. We're going to do some belly breathing. So we're going to inhale, draw in our core. And as we exhale, we're going to release our stomach all the way out, letting it hang out in its beauty. Inhale, draw in the core, back to the navel, up into the rib cage. Exhale, release down. Inhale, draw in and up. Exhale to release, relax fully. Inhale and exhale. We're going to find center again. We're going to inhale, lift the chest slightly. Feel our spine elongate. Exhale, lean to the back of the hip. Feel your spine stacked, chest proud. Your shoulders are relaxed, and so are your knees. And the next inhale, we're going to roll our shoulders up to our ears. Exhale, roll them back and down. Inhale, rolling all the way up. Exhale, drawing the shoulder blades all the way back, almost touching. Exhaling to release, drawing your shoulders down. Inhale up, reach as high as you can. Exhale, roll back and down. Last one, inhale all the way up. Feel the tension. Exhale to completely release. We're going to hold our shoulders, pulling down for a breath. Count of 3, 2, 1. Inhale, release and relax. We're going to flip our palms so our palms are onto our knees. We're going to inhale, bring our chest forward, lift our chin. Exhale, round the spine, draw in the core, bring your chin to your chest. Lean back as much as you can, relaxing your shoulders, feeling a wonderful stretch in your shoulder girdle. Inhale, bring the chest forward, chin up. Exhale, release, relax, and round. So we're going to do a few seated cat-cows. Inhale, coming forward as a cow. Exhale to release, cat. Probably do it about 2 to 3 more times, following your breath. Trying to make each breath long and deep. Slowing down your movement, connecting with your body. From here, we're going to come and find our center. The next inhale, bring our chest forward. And as we exhale, we're going to slowly lean to one side and start making a big circle with our torso, leaning on each edge of our hip bone, letting it touch the ground as we roll on the pelvic bone. Feeling the movement in your body as it slowly opens up and allows you to create movement. Feel the different muscles to activate for each angle of the body, for each movement. Feel your muscles relax and stretch. Feel your muscles tense and activate. Try to create a fluid movement with your breath. Your next breath, you can start to reverse the movement. Noticing how the second direction is probably slightly awkward than the first. Accepting how it is, noticing how it is, and flowing with your breath. The next breath, we'll slowly find our way back to center. Inhaling, lifting the chest. Exhaling to relax and release. Allow your sit bones to settle down into the mat. We're going to start to breathe with the Ujjayi breath. We're going to take our tongue and touch the roof of our mouth, blocking off the back of our throat with our tongue. Inhale through the nose. Fill the chest. Exhale to slowly release the same way it came. Creating a nice little wind tunnel, locking the back of your throat. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Really challenge yourself to make each inhale and exhale a little bit longer than the last one. And see if you can make the inhale equal to the exhale. If your mind is distracted, perhaps you want to focus your gaze onto your third eye in between your brows. As you start breathing with your Ujjayi breath. Feeling the strength of the breath. And next inhale. We're going to slowly bring our hands to our chest. Exhaling to release. You can open our eyes if you wish. We can inhale our hands all the way up. Lifting all the way up to your fingertips. Exhale, palms reach out wide. Exhaling all the way down. Inhale up. Look for the touch. Exhale, reach wide and down. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, open up your hands. Bring it out into the cactus arms. Open up the collarbone, shoulder blades back and down on the exhale. Inhale, thumbs touch. Exhale, reach out wide. Shoulder blades touch. Inhale up. Exhale out. And inhale, interlace our fingers, draw the palms up. Reach as high as we can with our palms as we start to stretch from side to side. Inhale, lift the palms. We're going to release the left hand. We're going to inhale up the right, and we're slowly lean over to the left. Open up the right chest, gaze up to the ceiling, and really extend out through your thumbs as you plant your right hip down and come to a little bounce, opening up the fascia on your right side body. Once you feel the initial stretch start to soften, you can take a nice breath in, open up the chest, exhale, flip the right palm up towards the ceiling. Find your breath. Try to ease into the stretch. 2 and 1. Inhale to lift, exhale to release. Inhale up the left arm, reach up, and exhale over. Keep the left hip grounded, find your bounce. Perhaps open up the left shoulder a bit more, gazing up to the ceiling. Listen to your body and see what you're able to do and not able to do. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, flip the left palm and dive a little bit deeper if possible. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale all the way up. Exhale all the way down. Inhale the hands all the way up. And we're going to slowly melt forward. Just allow our body to fall forward as much as you can. Allow your spine to round. You can shake your head left and right. Allowing your back of your neck to release and relax. Inhale. Exhale, surrender and shake your head even more. Perhaps you can extend your arms a bit if you feel like you need to come a little bit deeper into your stretch. Reminding yourself to inhale your core, keep your core engaged so you have more space for your tummy. The next breath, you're going to slowly come to rising up. And we're going to switch our legs. Yeah, it's too loud. Sorry. Better or more? Okay. We're going to inhale our hands all the way up. Exhale, fall forward. Allow your spine to round. Give your head a good shake. Feel the back of your neck release. Release all the tension that you have there. Your head is heavy. The crown is reaching towards the mat. We're making space for our tummy, drawing in our core at all times. Following our breath, perhaps extending our arms when you feel the ease of the stretch start to happen. We're going to inhale. Exhale, slowly come back. Come to all four. And come to the tabletop position, and our hands are going to be underneath our shoulders, our knees underneath our hips, our toes into the mat. Make sure your fingers are wide, your pointer fingers pointing forward. And we'll make big circles with our shoulders, trying to isolate the movement just with our shoulder girdle. Making big circular movements, pushing the floor away with our hands. And we're slowly roll forward or the opposite direction. We're going to take a nice deep breath, and we'll start to shift our weight forward and back towards our fingers, towards our heels. And as we inhale forward, the exhale, make big circles with our hips. Coming back to the heels, over to the other side. Inhaling, really bringing the weight over to the fingertips so we can warm up our wrists, our hips, and our ankles all at the same time. On the next breath, you can start to go into the other direction. And then we're going to come back to center. We're going to engage our toes into the mat. We're going to draw on our core. We're going to push our hands into the floor so our shoulders are nice and protracted. Inhale our core once more as we lift our knees above the ground, about 5 centimeters. Holding it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, engage the core, lift the knees for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, lower the knees. And then we'll let our toes touch, open up our knees, and come into a child's pose. Stretch out your hands as far forward as you can. Allow your forehead to come towards the mat. We're going to relax the wrists, the elbows and the shoulders, the knees, the hips and the toes. Allow your breath to be soft and deep. You start to roll your forehead from side to side. Giving yourself a nice little massage. A well-deserved massage. From here, we're going to look forward towards our thumbs. We're going to grab the mat with our fingertips, and we're going to inhale, shift our weight forward over to our hands. We're going to keep our toes engaged and open up our knees a little bit wider. As we shoot our weight forward over to the hands, we're going to keep our toes towards the mat as we draw in our core and shift as far forward towards our fingertips as possible. Exhale to slowly release our hips back to our heels. Inhale forward, keeping the toes planted into the mat as we reach with our hips forward and the weight over our hands. Exhale, relax and release all the way back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. This time as we inhale forward, we're going to lift our toes and squeeze our heels towards our bum as we drop our hips towards the mat. We're going to bring our chest a little bit forward through our arms. We're going to gaze forward and squeeze our heels as much as we can towards the glutes. 3, 2, 1. Exhale to release. From here, we're going to come back to a tabletop position. So we can come to all 4. We're going to inhale our core, lift our bum all the way up, push the floor away with our hands, wrap our triceps down towards the mat. Inhale, lift the tailbone as high as you can as you draw your core into your spine. Exhale, release your heels and push them all the way down to the mat as far as you can go. If your calves need it and you need it, maybe you want to start bending one knee at a time, treading your legs. Making sure that you're still pushing against the mat with your hands, allowing your hips to be the highest peak of your downward facing dog. From here, we're going to slowly bring our weight over our hands. Maybe take a little step forward. Come into a plank. Push through the heels. Squeeze on your thighs. Push your hands against the mat. Squeeze your glutes a little bit more. Push through your heels a little bit more. Draw on your core a little bit more. We're going to look forward. And we're going to inhale. Exhale, knees down to the mat. Chest. And then chin. You can squeeze your elbows towards your torso. Lift the tailbone up into a stripper's pose. How are you feeling, ladies? Feeling sexy, eh? All right, here we go. We're gonna slowly swoop our chin forward so we can lower our hips and lift our chest and our arms. If you feel a pinching in your lower spine, bring your chest even forward. Feel better? You don't have to lift your chin unless you want to. And as we exhale this time, we're going to plant our knees back. We're going to lift our tailbone, have a nice curve to our spine. We're going to round the spine like a cat and bring our weight forward and come back into a cobra as we lower our hips. Now we can lift our chins if we want to. Take a nice breath or two here. We're going to inhale, lift the tailbone. We're going to do a nice little cat, curve the spine, and come back into a cobra. We're going to squeeze our glutes a little bit and draw our hips down towards the mat. We're going to slowly bend our elbows with control as we lower our bodies down. We're going to bring our chin to the mat or to the floor if you're above your mat. You're going to round your shoulders down to the mat, palms up. Maybe change the stance of your legs so your legs are actually together. And you're going to engage your inner thighs together, toes together. Inhale, lift as we slowly push the shoulders and the back of the hands down into the mat. So your toes are off the ground and your shoulders are onto the mat. 3, 2, 1. From here, we're going to lift our chest even more, draw our shoulders away from our ears. If you want to, you can lift your hands off of the mat. 3, 2, 1. Maybe inhale, you can lift your hands forward and fly. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, bring your arms back. 3, 2, 1. Lower the feet. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Tuck your elbows in. And then we're going to lift with our knees up into a plank. And then come into a downward facing dog. Or child's pose, sorry. Allowing our spine to just relax a bit and take its form again. And from here, we can come into a downward facing dog. So we're just going to bring the tops of our toes into the mat. We're going to lift our hips as high as we can. Make sure you're really pushing the hands into the mat so you can feel the strength in your shoulders. You're just going to wrap your triceps down towards the mat so your shoulder girdle is nice and locked. This will bring more weight towards your feet, and it'll take the pressure off of your wrists. We're going to work on Chaturanga now. We're going to inhale. Exhale to release. The next one, we're going to inhale, look forward. And we're going to shift our weight forward and find our position into a nice plank. Make sure our bum is down. We're squeezing everything we have. We're going to look forward. And with our toes, we're really going to plant our weight over to our fingertips. And from here, we're going to bend our elbows as very slow as we can, squeezing it towards our torso and trying to find a little bit of space before you come to the mat, and then you can release. Inhale, bring your chest forward and up into a cobra. Exhale, bring your toes down into the mat and downward facing dog. Give your head a nice little shake. Reset. Downward facing dog is the resting pose, as they always say. And take another deep breath. Exhale, shake your head. Inhale, we're going to look forward, come up on our toes, and we're going to tippy toe all the way up towards the front of the mat. If you're flexible enough, you can have a nice straight back, lift your chest halfway, and your hands will be underneath your shoulders. If you don't feel that you have the strength for that, you can bring your hands to your shins and lift your chest a little bit forward. Exhale, we're going to fold forward, release the hands in front of you as much as you can. You can have a little micro bend in your knees. And from here, we're going to grab our elbows and just shake our head a little bit. Maybe swing from side to side if you need it. Find release. Shine the back of your neck. Feeling nice and relaxed. You inhale, lift the chest halfway. And exhale, fold forward one more time and see if we can have our legs slightly extended. We're going to find a micro bend in our knees and allow our chest to lay on the thighs. We're going to bring our forearms and bring it around our legs towards the calves, fingertips down towards the heels. We're going to wrap the forearms onto the calves and the back of the legs. Relax our head, and as we inhale, we're going to extend our legs, taking the micro bend out of the knees. And we allow our head to be heavy and look in between our shins. And see if we can do a deep forward fold for 5, 4, 3, 2, find your breath, and 1. Inhale. Exhale to release the arms. Inhale, lift your chest halfway. Exhale, release, forward fold. Inhale to rise to stand. Lifting your hands all the way up towards the ceiling. Exhaling, bring your hands to the heart. Still feeling okay? We're going to do a few vinyasas. And it's quite hard doing everything slow, I think. And I feel like once you break it down and do things slower, you can really understand the movements when you go faster. Great. So, Tadasana, mountain pose. It's a great pose. It's a complicated pose, actually, for just standing. You're going to just shift your weight over towards your toes and your heels. And then make sure that when you are still, you feel the evenness in your feet. That your inside of your feet are feeling the equal weight as the outside of your feet. The front of your toes towards the back of the heel. So you might want to just wiggle around and just feel how your center balances. We're going to draw in our core. We're going to lift the kneecaps. We're going to engage the glutes. Open up the collarbones. You can lift your hands up any way you like. And exhale, we're going to hinge from our hips and bring our chest far forward as we can. Inhale, lifting the chest halfway. Exhale, we're going to plant the hands to the side of our feet and then extend out to a plank. We're going to push through our heels, squeeze the glutes, and hold our plank. From here, we're going to shift our weight forward towards the fingers, and on the next exhale, we can find our chaturanga all the way down. We're going to inhale into a cobra, and then we're going to come into a downward facing dog on the exhale. Take another deep breath. On the next inhale, we're going to draw in our core. We're going to lift our right leg. And as we lift our right leg, we're going to flex the right foot towards the mat. We're going to squeeze our inner thighs. We're going to push through the right heel so that our hips are parallel to the ground and our leg is just going directly parallel against the ground towards the back. From here, we're going to slowly lift our left hand towards the fingertips. And we try to find a little bit of balance in our right hand as we push the floor away as much as we can. And maybe we can find lightness in our left hand. Maybe we can start bringing the left hand towards the side. Maybe we can find balance and squeeze the floor with our right fingertips. And maybe lift our left hand towards our hips. Maybe. It's a fun test. And then we're going to crawl our left hand back. Exhale, lower the right leg. Inhale the left, push through the left heel, flex the left foot, squeeze our thighs, left toes facing the mat, hips are parallel to the ground. Left leg is parallel to the ground. Now adjust our left hand so it feels comfortable as we push the floor away with our left hand. Come onto the fingertips in the right hand, and maybe we can start to bring the hand out wide. Maybe we can come onto one fingertip. Maybe we can bring the hand all the way out to the side and start to find balance. Woo. Squeeze our thighs, squeeze the left leg. And then we come back into downward facing dog, lowering the left leg down. Inhale, lift the heels, come to the toes, look forward, and we're going to slowly tiptoe our way up to the front of the mat. We're going to inhale, lift our chest. Exhale, bend forward. Inhale, rise to stand. Exhale, hands to the heart. It's fun. It's hard. Did anyone do it? Did it work? On this side? One side, not the other? It's always like that. Okay, we're going to inhale our hands all the way up. Exhale. Come all the way forward and down. Inhale, lift the chest halfway. Exhale, plant the hands, take step back. Come into plank, push through the heels, squeeze the glutes, shift your weight forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, or you can start to bring an upward facing dog. Upward facing dog is when you come to the tops of your toes, squeeze your thighs, and you push the tops of the toes down, and you lower your hips down by squeezing your glutes as much as you can. Great. Come to the toes. Come back into downward facing dog. Take 3 breaths. We're going to add a little flow now. So inhale our core, lift the right leg. First, we're going to flex our right foot, squeeze our thighs, find evenness in our hips towards the mat. And then we're going to point the toe and open up the right hip. So the right hip is facing the window with the curtains there. You're going to bend the right knee, lift a little bit higher. And then on the exhale, we're going to bring the right knee to our chest. Round the spine, use your left toe to shift your weight all the way forward and take a step forward in between your hands. We're going to lower the left knee, scoot the left knee back, and inhale our hands up to a low lunge, Anjayasana. You're going to squeeze on your thighs, and then we're going to pull the right heel a little bit back. So when you feel underneath your right thigh, your hamstring is slightly activated. It should be nice and hard when you start to pull your right heel back. Okay, so on the inhale, we're going to pull and squeeze on your thighs. On the exhale, we're going to relax everything and just let our hips fall forward and down. Inhale, activate, squeeze and pull. Exhale, release and relax. Inhale, squeeze and pull. Exhale, relax. Last one. Squeeze and pull. Exhale, relax. Good. We're going to bring our hands back down to the mat. Extend into our left heel so our left knee is up. We're going to inhale all the way up to a high lunge. Crescent pose here. Now push through the left heel. Lift the left knee. Squeeze the left glute. And as we squeeze on our thighs and our hips start to come forward, we're going to relax and go deeper into the right knee. And the right knee, it's okay if it passes through the foot. A lot of yoga teachers says it's not okay, but I think it's quite natural if your knee starts to pass. But you want to make sure that your knee is centered over your shin. Because if you start deviating from that, you'll start to get knee problems, and we want to avoid that the most. Your core is engaged. You're going to tuck your tailbone. And when you start tucking your tailbone, you're going to feel your left hip flexor a lot more. Right? Arms up. Relax shoulder, fingertips up. And exhale, sink deeper into the right knee. Push into the left heel. And squeeze that right heel towards the bum. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lean forward. And then we're going to inhale all the way up. From here, we're going to do warrior one. So we're going to turn our left foot into a 45-degree angle. And we're going to push out on the outer edge of the left foot. We're going to squeeze our left glute as much as we can. And we're going to inhale, slowly bring our hips forward. So you can bring your hands to your hips and just really feel how your hips are rotating forward as you squeeze your left glute and lift your left knee. You can sink deeper into the right foot. Warrior One is not a very comfortable pose. Well, I think your Warrior Two is a lot easier. And a lot of people avoid Warrior One for some reason. I don't know why. I think it's because of the rotation of the hip. From here, you can bring your shoulders relaxed away from your ears as you lift through your fingers. Then we can open up, swing the left arm behind you, right arm forward. You're going to allow your left hip to open. I'm going to sink into the right knee. Great. So now we're in Warrior Two. We're going to inhale our core, tuck our tailbone. And from here, our left hand will start to slide down the left leg. We're going to flip the right palm, and we're going to reverse our Warrior Two. Lifting up the chest, sinking deeper into the right knee. Exhale, Warrior Two. We're going to straighten the right leg. We're going to flip the right palm. We're going to lean all the way forward, like we're serving a platter of hors d'oeuvres. And then we're going to bring the right hand on the inside of the right thigh, or right leg, and open up the left chest first before you extend the arm out. A lot of people tend to use the whole arm to open up the chest, but that just puts strain on your shoulder. So really think, open up the left chest so my spine opens up, and then I can open. And if you feel like a lot of the weight is dumping into your leg right now, lift up through your left arm. And you feel a different activation of that lift. 2, 1. Bend the right knee. Inhale, Warrior Two. From here, we're going to turn the right foot. And we're going to shorten our stance just a little bit. Now that I'm totally back towards the camera. We're going to inhale, bring our hands to the hips, draw in the core. And as we exhale, we're going to start to bring our chest forward and our hip all the way back. So we're trying to create a nice flat back. We have blocks here, so if you ever feel that you don't have the back strength to keep the torso up, you can always put your hands underneath the blocks. Try to keep a nice straight spine. You're going to push to the outer edges of your feet, squeeze your inner thighs, and then as you exhale, you're going to slowly relax and release. Hi guys, now I can see you. Release your hands to the mat. And you can just allow yourself to let your whole torso bounce towards the mat. We can crawl our hands forward so that we're kind of extending our arms out. I'm going to squeeze on your thighs, draw in our core. And as we exhale, we're going to shift our weight towards the back of our heels. And you'll feel like a nice stretch in your hamstrings as your weight comes towards your heels and your arms get a nice little stretch through the shoulders. 3, relax the head. 2, and 1. Start to bring the hands towards the center. We're going to flip our fingertips towards us, behind us. I'm going to crawl a little bit through the legs. And just hold this for about 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Start to crawl your hands back forward. And then we're going to crawl over towards the front. Hands on the hip. We're going to inhale all the way up. Turn the right foot forward again. Inhale, Warrior One. Turning the hip forward. Extending the hands up, bending into the right knee. Pushing in the outer edge of the left foot. Lifting the left knee, squeezing the left glute. Inhale. Exhale, lower to release. Come to the top of your left toes. I'm going to bring the right knee to our chest. Exhale, the right leg all the way up. Lower the right hip. And then lower the right leg all the way down. Take 3 breaths in your downward facing dog. Shirts in the way. So, on the next breath, going to engage the core, lift the left leg. We're going to flex our left foot, squeeze our thighs. Make sure our hip is equal to the floor. And then we're going to point the left toes in the next inhale, open up the left hip towards the other window where the boats are. On the next inhale, we're going to lift through our left leg. Exhale, bend the left knee, bring it towards your chest, round the spine. Start to bring your weight over your hands and take a step forward in between your hands. Lower the right knee. Scoot the right knee back. And we're going to do a little bounce. Open up the right hip flexor a little bit. And then release the hands. We're going to inhale to Anjayasana, low lunge. We're going to tuck our tailbone, draw in our core. Squeeze our inner thighs and draw the left heel towards us. As you exhale, we're going to relax everything and release. Inhale, activate, squeeze, exhale, release. Inhale and exhale. 2 more times. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. We're going to push through the right heel to lift. And we're going to come into a crescent pose, a high lunge. Making sure that you're lowering down into the left knee, making sure that it's centered over your heel. Push through the right heel, squeeze the right glute, lift the right knee. And then we're going to turn the right heel to warrior one. Maybe use our hands to make sure our hips are forward, squeezing the right glute to keep the whole right leg in place as you push on the outer edge of the right foot. Sink deeper into the left knee. Draw on the core, tuck the tailbone in. 2, 1. Open it up into warrior two. Opening up the right hip. Bending deeper into the left knee. Squeezing the right glute. Tucking the tailbone, drawing the core. From here, we're going to slide the right hand down the right thigh. Flip the left palm. Reverse our warrior. Exhale, sink a little bit deeper into the left knee. Inhale, extend the left leg. Bring the left arm forward. Flip the palm. Lean forward as much as you can. Lower the left hand on the inside of the shin. Open up the right chest. Extend the right arm from that angle. If you have so much weight on your left leg, extend to the right finger so you feel lift in your chest. Tuck the tailbone, draw in the core. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale back up into warrior two. And then we're going to turn the left foot in. We're going to inhale our hands all the way up. Exhale, hinge all the way forward if you have the strength for it. Otherwise, your hands are at your hips and you're going to bend all the way forward. If you like, you can extend your arms forward towards the curtains. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, lift the chest halfway. Exhale, start to turn your fingers, crawl through your legs. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, bring your hands forward again, lift your chest halfway. Turn the left foot. Come back into a warrior one. Squeeze and the right hip, the right glutes. Turn the right hip forward. Press in the outer edge of the right foot. Lean into the left leg. Inhale the core, tuck in the tailbone. On the exhale, we're going to slowly lower our left hand. Both hands down. We're going to inhale, lift the left knee to our chest. And exhale to release. We're going to shift our weight forward. And maybe we can do a little bit of a Vinyasa, Chaturanga. a cobra or an upward facing dog, and downward facing dog. Two more breaths. Lift the tailbone, draw on the core, push the floor. Exhale, lower, sink deeper into the heels. Give your head a good shake on the exhale. And then we're going to lower our knees down, open them up a little bit wider than the hips, toes touch, child's pose. Take another breath or two. Find your release. And start to crawl our hands towards our knees and lift our chest up. And we're going to come into a camel pose. We're going to take our toes into the mat. We're going to sit on our heels. My foot's cramping up. So our knees are pretty much hip width apart, and we can stretch out our feet by just kind of leaning into our hips right now. And when we inhale, we're going to stack our weight over the knees. So we're going to be pretty much kneeling. And with a camel pose, we really want to open up our chest as much as we can to get the full back bend feeling, or the opening of the chest and the spine. So we can start off with our hands. We're going to bring the hands to our back, our lower back, where our sacrum is, right above the hip bone. You should feel that little hook where your palms are. You're going to open up the collarbones and draw the elbows back towards behind you. We're going to draw on our core. We're going to tuck our tailbone. And we're going to push our hips really as far forward as we can by squeezing our glutes and bringing our hips forward. From here, as our core is engaged, we're going to think we're lifting a balloon with our chest. So we're going to lift up. And as we exhale, we're going to push our hips a little bit forward. From here, we're going to lift the chest up. And then exhale, push the hips a little bit forward. From here, your head will start to tilt back, and then you can start to relax the whole head onto your shoulders. Opening up the collarbones, drawing the elbows back behind you. Maybe inhale one more time, lift the chest. Exhale, squeeze your glutes, hips forward, and find a deeper bend. Three, two, and one. Maybe we can lower our right hand and open it up towards your right heel. Maybe you can inhale your left arm up and over, bringing your palms down behind you, drawing up your chest on the inhale. Exhale, hip forward. 2, 1. Bring your left hand to your hip again, right hand to the right hip. Tilt a little bit towards the left. Allow your left hand touch your left heel if possible. Inhale, lift the chest. Push the hips forward. Inhale, lift the right arm up and over. 3, 2, and 1. You can bring your hands back to the back of your hips and slowly draw your core and lift the chest, then the neck, and then we just sit down on the tops of our feet towards our heels. And we're going to wait till our back starts to feel a little bit more neutral. From here, we're going to bring our hands forward and we're going to slide our feet towards the side. So we sit down on our butt. Do you want to do some core work? Do you want to do some core work? Yes. Yeah. You are eager. Eager beaver. So, and so that we really activate our legs together, we can bring a block in between our knees. And we're going to hug our knees to our chest so we can sit up nice and straight. Come onto the toes. Start to bring our hands in front of our shins. So we lift the toes a little bit. And then maybe we can release just holding here. Squeeze the block to keep it in place, and maybe we can lift our toes. Lifting our chest on the inhale, drawing our core. Maybe we could take the block in our hand. Maybe we can bring it into our feet and lift. Maybe we can bend our knees, bring the block, put it between our knees, lift the chest. And then keep doing this until we're tired. You can do this as many times that it suits you. But I think this will be my last one. Who's still going? Yeah, baby, you're still going, aren't you? It's a fun game. You can do a lot of these games. I was going to do a video with toilet paper and do a funny thing with that. But yeah, it didn't happen. From here, I'm going to bring our hands behind us. I'm going to lean into our hands so we feel comfortable. I'm going to open up and peel open our collarbones. Lift the chest, draw in the core. And as we slowly bring our head towards our shoulder as if it was a pillow, and then we're going to scoot on the exhale our hips towards our heels. Oh, and feel our wonderful shoulders. Sing hallelujah. Try to keep your arms straight. Push down your palms into the mat. Core still engaged. It's not many times when your core is not engaged in this yoga practice. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale the core. Exhale, lift the hips all the way up. Squeeze in your thighs. 5, 4. Lift the hips even more. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Push, push. Up, 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 up. 2, and 1. Slowly lower it down. Whew. And we can hug our knees to our chest. If you want, you can bring your hands in between underneath your knee, and you can roll on your back about 3 times. And then the last time you can stay on your back and let your feet lower down, your knees are up. And we're going to come into a halasana, a shoulder stand. So we're going to make sure our elbows are next to our body and pushing down into the mat. Our fingertips are up. And our knees are going to be to the chest. We're going to do the same rocking motion, but as we rock our bum towards our face, we're going to try to catch our bum with our hands. So you're basically going to inhale and lift and then catch your bum into your hands. You're going to make sure your elbows are quite activated towards your body, and then you're going to squeeze your glutes and crawl your hands all the way up your back as much as you can. Squeeze your thighs, point your toes. Internally rotate your knees a little bit so that they're facing forward and not facing out. You're going to push your elbows down into the mat. Lift through your bum and your toes. 3, core engaged. 2, and 1. Maybe from your hips you can start to hinge, and your toes are starting to fall towards the mat in front of you, above your head. Maybe. And then you come into a plow pose. Maybe your toes touch the ground, maybe they don't. It doesn't matter, as long as you can still breathe and drawing in your core. Maybe if there's not so much weight in your hand and your hip is up, maybe you can release one hand, palm down to the ground, and then your other hand, palm down towards the mat. Maybe you can crawl your toes a little bit more forward towards the ground. Whatever you can do, try it. Allow it to happen. If it doesn't happen, that's fine. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage your palms into the mat and slowly start to lower your hips down. Maybe you need to use your hands to kind of hold and catch so you can land nice and gently back into the mat. From here, you're going to bend your knees to your chest, give it a little hug. You're going to rock from side to side. Open up your knees and your arms are come in between your knees and grab the outside of your feet. From here, you're going to lift your feet up to the ceiling and you're going to pull your feet closer to you. And as you inhale your core, you're going to lower your tailbone down into the mat. So you're actively elongating your spine towards the mat. And an active, happy baby. Hold it for about 5 seconds. Coming back to your breath. 2, 1. And then we're going to lower our feet back into the mat. So we're going to open up our arms into cactus. Palms up. And from here, we're going to sway our knees from side to side, allowing each knee to fall and touch the opposite side towards the mat. So right knee falls to the right, left knee actively pulls towards the right. Rolling over to the left, left knee touches the ground, right knee actively pulls towards the left side, towards the mat. Do this a few times. Follow your breath. Two more breaths. Now we'll come back into neutral, back into center. We're going to extend each leg to each side of the mat. Let our feet splay out to the sides. We're going to bring our hands to the sides, palm up. We're going to wiggle our hips, our spine, and our shoulders so we feel comfortable. And you're going to follow your breath once more. Listening to the inhale. Relaxing on the exhale. Allow the chest to fill up. Exhale to release. On the inhale, feel your chest rise. On the exhale, feel your chest fall. Inhale, feel your belly rise. On the exhale, feel your belly fall. And the inhale, feel how your body feels light. And then the exhale, you're going to release the whole weight of your body into the mat. Your breath will start to become more normal. And then allow yourself to be free of everything that is weighing you down. Allow each breath to allow your spirit, your core within you just to open up. Every exhale, allowing each layer of the onion just peel and fall off. Realizing there is power in each breath. a sense of control, a sense of release. Allow the breath to take you away. Allow your breath to melt your heart, to melt your body. Your chest is light. Your body is still. Next inhale, feel the lightness in your hips. Exhale, feel the grounding of your hips. Feel the relaxation continue down to your thighs, your knees, your shins, ankles, all the way down to your big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, gliding all the way down to your heel, kissing the back of your calf, back of your knee, hamstrings, following the curve of your hips, the side of your body, feeling the magnetism wrapping around your chest through each rib, dancing around your collarbone. Opening up your shoulders, exhale, releasing all of the weight off your shoulders down into the mat. Feel the relaxation in your biceps, the inside of your elbow, your forearm, your wrist, your thumb, your second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger. Feeling all of the energy collecting in the palm of your hands. Feeling the strength rise through your arms, towards your elbow, your triceps, all the way up to the shoulders, to the base of the neck, to the base of the skull. Inhale, exhale, release fully. Your head is heavy, your jaw releases. There's a space between your mouth, soft lips, soft cheeks, stillness on your eyelids. Let the flutter relax. Feel the softness of your brow. Feel the lightness of your breath. Let everything and anything release through the crown of your head on the next inhale. Exhaling, fully releasing, letting it all go. Allow your gaze to be at your third eye, allowing all thoughts to slowly disappear in the background. Keep your focus on your third eye, and everything will fall away into the background. Don't forget your breath. Keep the focus on your third eye. Breaths are light. Body is heavy. Your focus is on your third eye. Inhale. Exhale to release. Start to come back to your bodies. Allow motion in your fingers and in your toes. Give yourself a nice big stretch or a big hug. You can roll to your right side for energy, or you can roll to your left side for calmness. Whatever you need for the rest of the day. When you're ready, you can come back up to seated. Hands to the heart. And thank you for today's practice. Om Shanti Shanti. Namaste. Good job. You too. But you're all here, so it doesn't matter. Yeah.